Howdy, folks. I'm Slow Mo Saturday Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some Shreddit. I just needed it all start with S's for alliteration purposes, and I succeeded. Alright, folks, our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Kidnapping My Friend's Kids? And I'm going to tell you right now, this is a weird one, and it's a doozy. So, my friend of about 20 years is mad at me and calling me cruel and a jerk. She got upset after I fake kidnapped her 2 young kids. Now I know this sounds harsh, but so far, the reason that I did this was finally to get through to her that it was dangerous to leave her kids home alone when she goes out. On top of the dangers, she just recently split up with her husband, and they are currently going through a custody battle. The kids live with her, but the dad is fighting to get them to live with him a city over. She knows that any ammunition this man can get will be used against her in the court, and I have told her a million times that if he finds out that she leaves the kids home and alone to run a 5 to 10 minute errand, she will absolutely lose when it comes to court time. The kids are 5 and 8 years old. Sure, they are quite capable for 10 minutes, but I told her that it's not the point. Countless times I would come over and the door was unlocked, so I would walk right in and the kids are at home alone. She shows up 5 minutes later, stating that it was easier for a milk run without the kids, or whatever she was doing at the time. I tell her for goodness sake, she needs to at least lock the door so a stranger can't walk in, and I honestly worry what would happen if a fire started. This leads to today. I was on my way over and I see her drive past me. She didn't see me or know that I was on the way, so I get this great idea to teach her a lesson. I go over to her house and I tell the kids to get into my car and that we're going for a little drive. They drive with me often, so going for a drive is nothing new. We get into the car and we go to the park just down the street where I could see her get back. Sure enough, 5 minutes later, she's back at the house and sees the door open. I wait a minute and then I see her run outside and head towards the backyard and then run back inside, clearly in a panic. So I drive back up to the house and I run inside, finding her crying uncontrollably and shaking in a panic. I was kind of smiling, like, hey, it's okay, your kids are with me, but she could not stop crying. Finally, after about a half hour, she calms down enough to question why I did this, and after explaining, she asks me to leave. She texted me afterwards saying how cruel that I was for doing that and that I'm a jerk, and now she isn't replying to my text. So, Reddit, am I the jerk? Alright, folks, and there's a little bit of additional information here that I think is important. One, the dad, apparently the reason why they're getting divorced, he went and spent all of their money on escorts, and OP also suspects that he has substance use disorder. Also, OP does have car seats, so he or she isn't taking them without car seats here. In this state that OP lives in, the minimum age is 12 for leaving kids alone, so there are a few compounding things at play here. So, what do you folks think? Jerk or not the jerk?
I'm gonna say that all the adults here are jerks. Like, you don't kidnap people's kids, but also, like, I mean, probably the best. I don't even know, like, what you do in this.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really difficult situation because OP is looking out for the kids' welfare, but also not in a good way.
I don't know if either of them is a fit parent if the mom is leaving a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old home alone. Like, I know it's not extended periods of time, but so much can go wrong in 10 minutes.
I think for an 8-year-old, that's probably not a big deal. There are a lot of cultures where people will send kids for errands running, and this isn't abnormal for the kind of age that they would be able to do those kinds of errands. But usually it's pretty safe areas. There isn't a large risk of something going wrong, and the people will also help the kid along the way. It's difficult because kids do need to learn some independence and responsibility, but if this isn't culturally acceptable where they live, that's also a consideration.
And it's illegal. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever state they're in has decided that kids that young are not capable of looking after themselves,
Yeah.
which I think is a valid thing. Like, I don't know that leaving either of them, like, alone is a good idea.
I think that that's fair. There's going to be a lot of differences of opinions about how capable children are at those ages. And I also think it really depends on the kids
Mm-hmm.
themselves. There are some kids who are much more responsible than other kids. You don't want to take a menace and leave them in an empty room with only matches to play with, right? I mean, it's bound to go badly. I think that OP's better course of action would have been to just threaten to call CPS next time they see this happen. And also, oh, one additional thing is OP's offered numerous times to take care of the kids. And it sounds like really their biggest issue is that that their friend isn't locking the door.
Mm-hmm.
But I get this is just a really bad situation all around.
Well, I don't understand why the mom wouldn't just take OP up on watching the kids. Like, if you want to run your errands, without the kids, just drop them at OP's house. It sounds like they're very close, like neighbor wise, and so like.
It's hard. I mean, she's a single mom now. She's probably still adjusting to being a single mom or not. Who knows? Maybe she was kind of single mom before this. But it's just a hard situation, and I don't think there are any winners. Let me know what you folks think. Did OP go too far, or did OP do the right thing in this situation? Anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, and for our Saturday special, we're going to have 2 today. So let's gear up for Am I the Jerk for Ruining a Guy's Favorite Spot? There's a small bar in my town, and I recently started going to it. They have a trivia night on Fridays. I started going a few weeks ago, and after my second week, there was one of the regulars at the trivia who told me that the trivia was something that he had set up with the bar owner, and I wasn't welcome. He doesn't work for the bar, so I told him that he couldn't really tell me that I was unwelcome. He explained to me that trivia night was a guy's thing, and that it was a safe space for them from the judgment of women. I told him that he shouldn't be doing this in a public bar then. Last week, he left in protest of me being there, and his team was upset because they didn't do well as usual. I told my boyfriend, and he thinks that I'm being mean to the guy and should just try to see his point of view. Maybe I'm being a little cold-hearted, but I don't really care about that guy, even though he was there first. Alright, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
I don't really think OP's being a jerk here because it's a public space that anyone can use.
I mean, if OP was breaking into this guy's home on
Right.
Saturdays and ruining his trivia night, yeah, I could see why he would want a safe place away from OP.
Well, that's what private spaces are for, right? Or if he rented out the whole bar, but it seems weird to have a bar that's open to the public
Yeah.
that certain members of the public can't actually participate in.
And it also doesn't sound like this is posted that this is a guys' night trivia too. But it's not a good business to do something like this. What about all the other women patrons who want to come and enjoy the bar on this night? It just seems in poor taste of the bar owner to go along with this.
Yeah. Well, and as people were pointing out in the comments, like when bars have things like ladies' nights, it's not like they don't let men in or
Yeah.
things like that. So it just seems really weird to me that he would try and use a public space where anyone can walk in and frequent as like his safe space. Like use your home
Yeah.
or use your friend's home
Yeah.
or rent a place so you have the place to yourself, but don't use a public space.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and I think what bugs me is he's acting like he has more claim to the space than other people. Like this, it's not his bar. He doesn't own it, but this is my space. I can dictate who comes and goes.
I mean, it's kind of like who owns what side of the bed when you're in a relationship, right? It's whoever got there first. And then it never changes ever.
No, it's we have a queen size bed, which is the size for a queen, so obviously it's mine.
You heard it here, folks. It's not untrue. So that's kind of my feeling, is that this is just him being mean-spirited more than anything. he doesn't need a safe place away from OP because OP is just there to play trivia.
I
This
mean,
is rude.
what is this trivia like? Unless it's, yeah, I'm assuming it's just normal trivia, so I don't know why you need a safe space to play trivia. Like maybe if it was like really sexist questions.
Yeah. So anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber has a joke off the top of her head.
I thought of it last night, so it's not really off the top of my head. But what's a zombie's favorite Valentine's present?
Well, I would say a zombie's favorite Valentine's present is a Brian, and that makes me very nervous.
I think that's the dyslexia coming out.
Oh,
Brains. Zombies love brains.
yeah, yeah. Oh. I thought they liked Brian's. I thought that was just like the running thing, is they were like Brian's.
No, I don't think so. Maybe the zombies you see that maybe that's what they say. But the answer, in case you were wondering, is a gift that comes from the heart.
They want your hearts. It's true. It's true. And I have Mega Mint. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Happy Saturday. We made it to the weekend, and oh my goodness. Hopefully we can enjoy it, right? So, Amber, what's the moral of the story today?
Well, I think the moral of story one, there's a lot of things you can say about it, but kidnapping kids is probably almost never the right answer.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're resorting to kidnapping children, you're probably doing something wrong. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.